Hey guys, so today we're going to be switching things up. I just got a new product in the mail and I'm really excited about this project. Or yeah, the project. And well, let's get right to it. I just got this in the mail. I love it. It's a game changer for UV resin. It comes in 8 different colors in these little 30 gram bottles, which are wonderful. And once again, it's made by JDiction. So today we're going to be making some jewelry pieces. So I'm going to put this here because they had the little lip on them. So we're going to make a couple different designs here. Let's see what we got. We got a square, a circle, and a heart. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll give it a shot. You know what? Let's just do one at a time. So I have my UV light ready to go. So they come in yellow, white, purple, lavender, black, blue, red, and green. Now the cool thing about this stuff is that when it hardens, it almost looks like glass. I really like the way it looks. Comes out very easily. So what we'll do is we'll just put a little bit in. Just, you know, make your own pattern. You don't have to, go buy anything. The cool thing about this stuff is that you can do what you want. Comes out very easily. I really like it. I will be getting more. Sorry about the dog barking. I will definitely be getting more of this because I really like it. The stuff just is amazing. You'll see when it dries. It really looks really different. I mean, it's amazing, this stuff. And we'll go with red. I like to put them in while they're still wet. Now I don't have to worry about nothing because I have no windows open. So the stuff's not going to harden on me. Kind of mix them all up like that. Let them kind of blend together. Take your lighter, burn off any bubbles that come to it. And then we'll do is we'll grab our light here. If my battery, there it goes. And we'll let that cure. And they come in these great little black bottles, so they won't cure inside the bottles, which is really nice. All right, so as you can see, it's cured, nice and solid. That's what it turned out to be like. So you can tell it's nice and flat on there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my clear resin and I'm going to dome it up. Just keep going, working your way around. I like to go from the outside in. Just make sure you get that. Once again, grab your lighter. Any bubbles that might have worked their way in, and then cure that up. All right, so that's nice and solid. As you can see, that domed up really nice. So that's the final project piece of that one. You know, and you can get super creative with these. I mean, you don't have to stick to one design. You can do whatever you want. So we're gonna make a heart one here. And if you're trying to make like pieces of jewelry for an arts fair or something, you can make these all day. I mean, this stuff is wonderful to work with. So we'll put two colors in this one. We'll do half red and half lavender. Just, you know, if you're going to dome them, you don't want to go all the way up. Like I said, I like to mix them before before I cure them. I like to let them blend in the center a little bit together. And then once again, once you get your resin in there, make sure you grab your lighter. Because if you introduce any bubbles, you want to get them out. And then cure that up. Alright, now that's all cured, I'm going to grab my clear again, and I'm going to dome it up. Doming them up just gives a nice little shine to them, gives a nice little finish. You don't have to dome them, but I find doming them kind of makes them stand out more. You know, I think they look nice when they're domed. And then once again, burn off any bubbles and cure that. Alright, now that one's done. So that's what that one turned out to look like. I think that one looks really nice. So I mean, your options are endless when it comes to this stuff. I mean, you can do whatever you want, however you want. I mean, the stuff is amazing, amazing stuff. I definitely will be getting more. I think right now I'm not sure, but I got this off of Amazon. I'm not sure if they come in bigger bottles yet. I have to look at that. Um, if you happen to know, please leave a comment below and let me know. Because I'll definitely be looking for more. I mean, as of right now, these little 30-gram bottles, they work, but if you're going to do a lot of projects, you're going to want bigger bottles. We'll just keep adding. I think for this one, let's put some white in there. For the white center. Now, before you cure it too, you can, if you have these, pull the tip off, and you can swirl it around and make a design in there if you want. Why it's still wet before you cure it. It's totally up to you. I mean, the options are endless. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with this thing. So we'll cure that one. All right, now that one's nice and cured. We'll dome this guy up. Now, you don't have to do them all individually. If you have a big enough UV light, you can make them all and cure them at the same time, as long as you're in an area where you don't get direct sunlight. If you're getting direct sunlight, then you're going to have to probably do them quickly one at a time or find a way to block that light. But you don't, you can do them all at the same time. Now that that's done, we'll cure that up. All right, now that that's cure, that's what that one turned out to look like. All right, so now I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to take, sometimes you get little extra pieces of resin that are laying around. So I'm going to stick this in the middle, hopefully. Try and put it in the middle. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab some resin and put it around the outer edge. And we'll see if we can, oops, see if we can get the piece to cure. So we'll see if we can get the piece to cure to the old piece of resin. I don't think we'll have an issue with it, but let's give it a shot. You never know. All right, now that that's all cured up, that's what that turned out to look like. So I think it actually turned out pretty neat. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the square piece here, and I know everybody has it laying around. If you mess with resin, you always get these little tiny flakes that, you know, are stuck to your mold. I keep them. You know, you can use them as decorative pieces inside your jewelry. So we're going to use a yellow, use a light color to see if we can get this to show through. I have no idea if it will work with this color, these pieces, but it's the fun part about playing with resin is you get to experiment and you always get a different result. Just see what it looks like after we cure it. Alright, grab your lighter, burn off any bubbles that might be in there. Grab your light, give her a cure. Alright, now that that's nice and cured, I'm going to grab my clear again, and I'm going to dome this guy up just to help hold those pieces in place. If you have the hard type resin, you can go right to the edge and it definitely won't pour over, which is beautiful. Lid back on, burn off any bubbles that come to the surface, and then give that a cure. Alright, now that that's done, let's check out what we got here. It must have, oh, yep. Look at that, I put a little too much and it overflowed. But we can peel that off because it's still hot. But it didn't ruin the piece. So, what, there we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that we made in a matter of what, 10 minutes. So I mean, you can use jewelry pieces if you have a rubber mold like this that allows you to make gems. You can do the same thing. So we'll just make a little mixture of one. Let's see what happens here. Just kind of mix some colors together. I mean, you can play around and do whatever you want with this stuff. what I'm going to do now, after I put my lids back on, cat hair, I'm going to take my stick here before I burn anything off. I'm just going to lightly twirl it around just to see what we come up with. And burn off any bubbles. And then we'll give that a cure. Alright, so that's done. I'm probably just going to drop a little bit of clear on the back of it just to fill it up to the surface, just to make it flat. Alright. Also, I mean, if you have a little torch, you can, let me, before I go any further, get that bubble out of there. If you have a little torch, you know, you can use your little torch and cure it. But, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use the big guy here. Cure that. Alright, so what you want to do too, once this is cured, if you're able to do it, you want to take your mold, and I always cure from the underneath just to make sure that the bottoms are pretty cured in there, so when you don't pull it out, it's all wet. Alright, now that that's all cured, let's pop it out. And that's the final result right there. Alright, so as you can see, we ended up making, what, 6 pieces in less than a half hour. So you can make a whole bunch of different stuff with this stuff. I mean, this stuff is unbelievable, and it cures nice, and it looks really nice when it's done. So I highly recommend picking it up. I got it from Amazon. Once again, it's 8-color UV resin from JDiction. It comes in a little tiny box, and like I said, it comes in these little tiny 30-gram bottles, and it comes with these little tiny tips for each one and lids, and this stuff is unbelievable. So please check it out, and I will see you guys for the next one.